Have you ever felt like you're just a tiny, insignificant cog in a giant machine? Like your dreams are too big, too audacious for someone like you? I know I have. We all have moments where we look at the monumental achievements of others and think, what can I possibly contribute? But let me tell you a story that might just change your perspective. It's a story about a man named William Kamkwamba, a boy from a small village in Malawi, who proved that even the smallest spark of curiosity can ignite a world-changing fire. Imagine this. You're 14 years old. A devastating famine sweeps through your country. Your family, once able to afford your school fees, is now struggling to put food on the table. You're forced to drop out of school, watching your friends continue their education while you're left behind. Despair could easily have taken root. For most, this would be the end of the story. But for William, this was just the beginning. Instead of surrendering to his circumstances, William did something extraordinary. He started visiting a small local library. It wasn't much, just a single room with a few dusty shelves. But on one of those shelves, he found a book that would alter the course of his life. It was a fifth-grade American textbook called Using Energy. The book was filled with diagrams and pictures, one of which caught his eye: a windmill. He couldn't read English very well, but the pictures spoke a universal language. The book explained that windmills could generate electricity and pump water. In his village, there was no electricity. They relied on kerosene lamps that were expensive and filled their homes with smoke. And pumping water for their crops was back-breaking manual labor. William saw the picture of the windmill and didn't just see a machine. He saw a solution. He saw hope. So, with this book as his only guide, William decided to build a windmill. Think about that for a second. No formal training, no fancy tools, no access to proper materials. Just a dream fueled by desperation and an insatiable curiosity. People in his village thought he was crazy. They called him Misala, which means madman. They saw him rummaging through scrapyards, collecting bits of junk: a rusty bicycle frame, a broken shock absorber, plastic pipes, and an old tractor fan. To them, it was garbage. To William, it was a treasure trove of possibilities. He faced ridicule every single day. His own mother wondered if he was losing his mind. Can you imagine the immense pressure, the self-doubt that must have crept in? Every time he failed, every time a part didn't fit, the whispers of his neighbors must have echoed in his ears. He's wasting his time. The boy has gone mad. It would have been so easy to give up, to throw the junk back on the pile and accept his fate. But William had a vision that was stronger than their doubt. He saw what they couldn't see. He spent countless hours working under the hot African sun, cutting, welding, and assembling his creation with makeshift tools. He even created his own forge and screwdriver from scratch. His hands were calloused, his body was tired, but his spirit was relentless. And then, one day, it was ready. A towering, rickety structure made of scrap metal and blue gum tree poles. It looked like something out of a bizarre dream. The villagers gathered, some to mock, others with a flicker of curiosity. William climbed the tower, connected a small light bulb, and waited for the wind. As the blades began to turn, slowly at first, then faster and faster, something magical happened. The small bulb flickered to life. A single point of light in the darkness. The crowd fell silent. The laughter turned to gasps of amazement. It wasn't just a light bulb. It was a beacon of what was possible. It was proof that one person, with nothing but an idea and unwavering determination, could harness the power of nature and change their world. That first windmill powered 4 light bulbs and 2 radios in his family's home. But William didn't stop there. He built a second, more powerful windmill to irrigate his family's fields, allowing them to grow crops year-round and fight off the hunger that had once threatened their existence. His madness had brought light and life to his home. The story could end there, and it would still be incredible. But the ripples of William's actions spread far beyond his village. His story eventually reached journalists, and from there, the world. He was invited to speak at a TED conference, where he shared his journey with an audience of innovators, entrepreneurs, and thinkers. His humble, powerful story brought the audience to their feet. Suddenly, the boy who couldn't afford to go to school was being offered scholarships to the best schools in the world. He went on to graduate from Dartmouth College, one of the most prestigious universities in the United States. He co-authored a best-selling book, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, which was later turned into a major motion picture. He used his newfound platform not for personal fame, but to go back and transform his community. He co-founded the Moving Windmills Project, an organization dedicated to creating innovative solutions to problems in Malawi. He helped build new schools, install solar-powered water pumps, and teach other young people how to become innovators themselves. The boy who was once called a madman became a celebrated leader, an inventor, and a hero to his people. So, why am I telling you this story? Because it's a powerful reminder that our circumstances do not define our potential. William Kamkwamba had every excuse to fail. Poverty, famine, lack of education, social ridicule. The deck was stacked against him in every conceivable way. But he chose to focus not on what he lacked, but on what he had, his mind, his hands, and a burning desire to make a difference. His story teaches us that innovation isn't just for people in high-tech labs with multi-million-dollar budgets. It can be born in a dusty library, in a scrapyard, in the mind of anyone who dares to ask, what if? It teaches us that resources are not the key. Resourcefulness is. William didn't have the right parts, so he made them. He didn't have the knowledge, so he sought it out. He turned junk into treasure, problems into projects. And perhaps most importantly, his story teaches us about the power of perseverance in the face of doubt. The world is full of people who'll tell you that your dreams are too big, your ideas are too crazy, and your efforts are a waste of time. They see the junk, not the windmill. They see the obstacle, not the opportunity. You will have to be your own biggest believer. You will have to be the one who sees the light bulb long before the wind starts blowing. Think about your own life. What's your windmill? What is that one idea, that one passion, that one problem you want to solve that seems impossible right now? Maybe you don't have the money, the time, the connections, or the knowledge. Maybe people around you think you're a little bit crazy for even trying. William's story is your permission slip to be a little crazy. It's your evidence that you don't need to wait for the perfect conditions. You can start right now with whatever you have. That junk in your life, the setbacks, the limitations, the things you think are holding you back, might just be the raw materials for your greatest creation. The next time you feel small or insignificant, remember the boy from Malawi who lit up his village with a pile of scrap. Remember that one person's curiosity can change a community. One person's courage can inspire a generation. Your journey doesn't have to be as dramatic as William's to be meaningful. It can be about learning a new skill, starting a small business, helping a neighbor, or simply refusing to give up on a personal goal. Every big achievement in human history started as a small, seemingly impossible idea in someone's mind. So, go to your own scrapyard, gather your pieces. Don't listen to the doubters. Believe in your vision, even when no one else does. And start building. You never know. Your crazy idea might just be the one that changes everything. Thanks for watching today. If this story inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that fuels your fire. And share in the comments below, what's the windmill you're going to build? I'd love to hear about it. See you in the next video.